Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. Here is today's comic. Young Justice, number 5. From Wonder Comics. Brian Michael Bendis' great contribution to comicdom. Oh boy. Gem World shattered. So, if you do not already know the news, our favorite boy, Patrick Gleason, who did this cover here, great DC artist, has left to Marvel Comics under an exclusive contract. So will no longer be doing DC Comics. He does not do this comic. I believe he's going over to do Amazing Spider-Man, so he'll at least get some premiere work over there, I would hope. They probably paid him quite a bit to lure him away. I have heard rumors that Gleason left because of internal issues at DC related to Bendis and related to being pulled off of Superman and all the stuff that's going on and it's BS. I have no substantiation of that. I've just heard that. Would not surprise me if it's true. For those of you who don't remember, Patrick Gleason and Peter Tomasi were doing the Superman book before they got so rudely pulled off their series to make room for Bendis and rebooting the series. In fact, Superman didn't even finish. They had to do the last issue as a special Superman edition, which it was really rude. And it's funny because I get on social media. I tweeted on social media the other day to Jim Lee and DC Comics saying, you know, I don't like what Bendis is doing. Essentially, he's ruining DC Comics. And of course, all these freaking, I don't want to call them SJWs, but, you know, the people that apparently love SJW comics came out of the woodwork to me. Oh, how dare you quit, take your Bendis hate elsewhere, and things like that, they would say. First of all, I'm entitled to my opinion. I don't like what Bendis is doing. I am not alone. There are many, many people who don't like Bendis. I know a guy who has a comic book shop who doesn't even order Superman anymore because nobody buys it at his location. So I'm not alone in this thought, and I'm allowed to tell DC I don't like it. This guy came in and butted in on my feed and told me to go mind my own business. I'm like, dude, you go mind your own fucking business. But Bendis is ruining DC Comics. He's not doing it because he's writing a bad comic. He's doing it because he's coming into DC and he's destroying what is good. Doing things like having Tomasi and Patrick Gleason's amazing stellar Superman series that was garnering all sorts of goodwill, was turning people into Superman fans, people like me who had never bought Superman comics in their life prior to that. I bought these guys. It was a stellar team. And then to have it just rudely yanked away. And it's funny because these people that jumped to Bendis' aid, where were they with Tomasi? Where were they when, you know, Patrick Gleason and Tomasi were getting fired off of Superman? You know, it's just so hypocritical and bullshit. And these people, they have been conditioned to believe that Bendis is the second coming. He's this great legend, you know, and he does all the young kids, you know, hipster style books. The stuff that's real quippy, the Big Bang Theory speak, and there's really nothing ever controversial in his books. There's never anything to make the reader think. So I think a lot of readers today that like Bendis, they're never challenged with anything. It's just, hey, look at these fun, cool kids. They're so cool. I like them. Well, Young Justice is no different. In fact, Young Justice is the epitome of this. And here we have issue number 5. Starting off now, if you don't remember, because I never remember either. Whoops, what am I doing? With these comics, where is Young Justice? There it is. So, the last issue, take me a second, where it left off. I can never remember in these books because Bendis books, nothing matters. So it's very difficult. Every time I go and a month later and I pick up the book, I'm like, what even happened last issue? I don't know. Well, what happened was a bunch of self-aggrandizing, a bunch of characters posing, saying, look at me, look at how awesome I am. Look at me, look how awesome I am. Oh, we're all awesome, awesome together. That's the book. Look at awesome, just posing for the camera. Posing. Oh, look, it's a feel-good moment. We're the cool kids. So the end of the book left off with Amethyst helping her friend. Something weird was going on, and she's investigating the castle, and then all of a sudden, dun, 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 typical comic cliffhanger, like, oh, she caught Robin, and she doesn't know Robin yet, so she's like holding her sword to his throat, and it's like, I have quite a few more questions. Like, what are you doing in the House of Amethyst? Next, the 7th crisis. Now, if you watch my review of the last issue of this issue, you will see like how stupid this was. So where does this comic pick up from? You'd think normal comic writing with Cassie, or not Cass. Sorry, I'm looking at Cassie with Amethyst holding her sword to Tim Drake's throat. Nope, we start off with this. Robin, Superboy, Impulse, Wonder Girl, Ginny Hex, Teen Lantern, and Amethyst have come together just in time to be scooped away to the magical dark land of Gemworld, a dark realm of sword and sorcery that is attached to and in conflict with Earth, whether Earth knows it or not. Young Justice has been reunited with Connor Kent and Impulse escaping the prisons of the Dark Opal. Meanwhile, there are so many questions as to where the team has been and how they even remember each other. Well, they can't really remember each other because they don't exist in Rebirth until Bendis just magically pooped him out of his pants into the Rebirth universe. And I don't understand how this girl could remember anyone. She never existed. she's who is she? But she remembers them. It doesn't even make sense. So here we are. Oh, look. Wait a second. She was just asking Tim, what are you doing here? And now they're all together in the cave somehow. We don't know how they got here, but it's careful. That was the easy part. That was the easy part? Amethyst, Wonder Girl, Impulse. Like, here, so lazy. What was the easy part? We don't even know what happened. Last we saw, what's going on? I got a better question. Is that light up there the way out of these prison pits? Or the Dark Lord Opal, or whatever the hell she called it? Yes, but... Oh, it's a good thing you got your truck. You know, normally when I put people into a prison pit, I put their car into it with them. You're locked up forever with your damn car. So apparently her truck is there. So she chops in her truck and flies away, chitty chitty bang bang style. What is going on? How does it fly? I don't know. Nothing matters. DC Comics proudly presents Young Justice. So they found this artist. I don't know who it is. So we got art on this team is John Timms, Chris Anka, and Evan Dockshainer. I don't know who does what. There's 2 parts of the book with different artists you'll see, and I don't know who is responsible for any. But this particular artist they got at least has a style that fits Gleason. It's not shocking to the transition. He's not quite as good, but you know he's a solid okay artist, and like I said, his style fits. So here they are again. The car. Do the wheels touch the ground? I don't know. Oh, so she's calling her Pegasus. What are you doing? I'm calling my friend. And then Robin, the only person with any brains in this outfit, is like, that's a nice flying horse, but that purple light was basically a flare in the sky. Let everyone know what direction we're headed. I was gonna say. And then bada boom! Or actually, shrub boom. Sorry, I got the sound effect wrong. Yeah, because they're fucking idiots. Hey, here we go, let's have a fucking flare. Oh no, is that a blast of demonic evil magic from the asshatness, the Dark Lord Opal? Yeah. Oh, Bendis, your quippy speak is so good. So good. I'm so glad you're aware of me, Kryptonian. because I was very aware of you. But he's not Kryptonian. So you weren't that aware. Question is, was Bendis aware? Probably not. Nothing matters. Where's editors aware? Oh, that's right. Bendis doesn't get edited because the geniuses at DC decided in their desperation to get them over to DC that part of his contract would be that he would be, I guess, self-edited. So stupid. So here they are, posing in front of the bad guy. Connor, what is it? What's wrong? Oh my God! Opal has kryptonite. How? How could he have that? How could he? This is DC. Everyone seems to have kryptonite. Remember when that one reporter chick that worked in the Daily Planet had kryptonite because she just asked for it? Oh yeah, that was also written by Bendis. Remember how easy it is to get kryptonite in Bendis world? And now all of a sudden Bendis is writing oh my God, how could a Dark Lord ruler of a planet get kryptonite? I mean, you have to be a reporter of the Daily Planet or something to get something like that. Stupid. And then, oh my God, turn the page to this. The Hall of Justice. Washington, D.C., 2 days ago. Wow, baka, wow, wow. All right, so we see Tim Drake on the hood of his car with, what's her name? Stephanie something or other. Stephanie Brown, I think it is. And they're making out. Ooh, scandalous. Okay. It's now you have to admit it, Drake. I don't have to admit anything. Admit it. I was raised by Batman, Stephanie. I am a stubborn master. Admit it. We ran away from home. Batgirl and Robin told everybody we were going off to college, and then we drove the other way because we're in the middle of an investigation into nobody knows where we are. We're outside the Hall of Justice, the legendary iconic home of the Justice League. There are definitely cameras. I'm just saying, the only thing missing is the circus for us to join. Oh, good Lord. Okay, well, what the hell's happening? So it continues. Blobbity, 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 blobbity. And, oh, hey, I'm Zatanna. Who's here? Apparently Zatanna's here, and she announces, hey, I'm Zatanna. Wow, you're hot. Record scratch. What? Hey, I'm Zatanna. Wow, you're hot. I thought you were Batgirl. You've never seen Zatanna? And this is your response? I literally facepalmed. Black Canary says hello. I'd let you in, but the Wonder Twins made a, the Wonder Twins made a, don't even ask. And thank you. Oh, so cutesy. It is so ridiculously cutesy. And what did the Wonder Twins make? Oh, did they possibly make a bestiality orgy? Because I read Wonder Twins #1, and apparently that's what happens with them. They like to have sex orgies and turn into animals and have sex with each other. So stupid. Hi, Stephanie Brown. Tim Drake. Thanks for meeting with us. The reason we're here is that Batman has listed you as one of the most powerful and learned sorcerers on the entire planet. I can imagine how busy you are. I was doing laundry. What's up? Is this turned into an Archie comic? It's well, this is hard to describe, but other realities. Okay, well, yeah, those words do. Timelines. Of course, because remember, in postmodern Western culture, men are always the doofuses, and the women always are the smart ones. They always have to speak for them, answer for them. Men would be helpless without a woman. They can't even freaking talk. Oh, so you're recently shown versions of yourself? Yes, and it wasn't pleasant. Ooh. Oh, God, it just goes on and on And Zatanna looks in his mind, and he has a vision of who else? The Young Justice. Da-da-da! Oh, I remember something that doesn't exist. Oh, what the hell happened? I don't know. Bitch, you just fucking used magic on him and you don't know what you did? You could have just permanently wrecked his mind. Oh, I had a whole other entire life. What? That wasn't an alternate anything. My friends, my team. Yeah, I think you did. No, come on. And then, meanwhile, finally we get back to the actual Young Justice. And believe me, it took longer than that. I skipped pages. I'm asking you, Opal. Run, Robin. How does the Dark Lord Opal of Gemworld get a piece of kryptonite from Earth? Dumbass, kryptonite's not from Earth. Isn't just... The question should be, how does he get a piece of kryptonite from destroyed Krypton? That might be a better question. But whatever. You children of Earth have been caught violently trespassing in my kingdom. Wait a minute, I thought he was a Kryptonian. Now he's Earthling? Oh, jeez. What is yours is now mine. That includes the entire house of Amethyst. You were warned, little Amy. Really? Is that what fucking Big Doom Lord calls Queen Amethyst, is Lil Amy? Of course, because everyone speaks in cutesy. You have no one to blame but you. I'll make you a deal, Lord Opal. What could you possibly offer me that I don't already have? Okay, and now self-admittedly, this was a kind of a cool scene. What can you offer me? And then, zow! Impulse is running. Wait, don't answer the question until I get back. And he looks down, missing the kryptonite. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, for who? And then he's back. Did I miss it? You didn't miss it. And then smirky look on Connor's face, like, all right, now it's on. Okay, so admittedly, that was kind of entertaining. Except I hate smug characters. And these characters are all super smug. So now Connor's like, "Pazow, bash," punch him in the face. But then I have to stop for a second, because I'm like, wait a second, as I'm enjoying this is kind of cool. But wait, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. Connor was afraid of this guy even before he had the kryptonite. They just found out, like, holy shit, he's got kryptonite. But Connor was like, dude, you don't want to mess with this guy. Even I don't want to mess with this guy. But now it's just like, it's on. You don't have the kryptonite. Wait, what happened? And of course, Tim Drake, who's just really a boy with a staff, is fighting all sorts of super beings. And I don't understand. I always hate this about DC Comics, where it's just like, anyone can put on tights and run around with cosmic beings. Okay, I understand Tim Drake's not anyone. He was trained by Batman. But if you've been reading Nightwing, anyone just apparently puts on tights and runs around. Of course, they aren't fighting cosmic beings. But anyways, I digress. You are in my house. Hi, this might hurt. Oh, it's happening again. And then we see that havoc, or whatever's happening. And then she realizes, oh, it's Lord Opal that's causing the problem. And then we go back to this. Ugh, I want to sleep. Walking back. And we were called Young Justice. Wow. You were there at the end as spoiler. Wow. They're our friends and family. Zatanna has no idea how I repressed that entire chapter of my life, or why I don't even recall this at all, even with her poking around. We need to go find our friends and figure out what happened. Oh, baby. Bendis loves the word baby. Everyone calls it, oh, baby, I feel so, it's crazy. My best friend's name is Connor Kent. Connor Kent? I need to talk to Superman. I need to talk to my dad. You do. But wow, let's do this first. How about you take the car? Go deal with your dad. or you'll never be able to stop thinking about it. Superman is not answering the calls, blah, 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 blah. I love you, Tim Drake. Did you hear me? I'm madly in love with you, Steph. I was just about to tell you that. I was about to tell you I was so happy you were in my repressed memories, too, because I didn't want to kiss. Tears. Oh. 3 days. 2 days. Promise? I can't. I know. But I do. Next, Fate of Young Justice. What was the last? Next. So package delivery just came, and dogs went ape shit because that's what dogs do. So if you started here, I tried to pause right as they were getting crazy. But anyways, it's not over yet. Try to simmer them down. All right, so as I was saying, next. 7th Crisis. That was what we were promised by Bendis. No. Apparently, 7th Crisis, teenage melodrama? Like, that's all we got. Next, Fate of Young Justice. I don't know. This book just isn't going anywhere. Sorry. What is this? Nothing matters. This is, seriously, was one of the most boring comics I've read in a while. The parts with this art were not boring. They were just dumb. These parts suffered the same problem as the other issues I've had, where it's just nonsensical. It reminded me of like when I was really little, maybe like 10 years old, and I was still playing with toys, like G.I. Joe toys were like one of my favorite, and I would play in the sandbox or whatever, and I'd set up my own little adventures and scenarios and things, and there was no real narrative. Bad guys were here, good guys were here, like I'd just show them, throw them together and have a conflict. That's what this book reminds me of. What characters aren't being used right now? Let's go through the DC archives. Impulse isn't being used. Cassie. So let's just throw them all together and throw them into some conflict. There's no real story going on. Lord Opal, do we know anything about him? I mean, if you're an old DC reader, maybe you do. But do you know anything about him from this story? Is there any motivation of this character? None. He just represents the opposition. These represent the cool kids. And that's another thing about modern comics that really bothers me, is there's not good and evil. There's not heroism. It's faction based. It's identitarianism. These are the people we like. These are the people on our side. This is the other side. Doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad person, although in this case we kind of know he's the Dark Lord Opal. But I haven't witnessed anything in this comic telling me that this guy's terrible. He looks menacing. I can assume he's bad, but I haven't witnessed him. I didn't witness him murder a bunch of people. I didn't witness his villainy to make me go, oh, this guy needs to be stopped. Someone needs to stop him. The only reason I know he needs to be stopped is because these guys who I'm supposed to side with, who are on my team, said so. It's like the modern, you can translate this to modern reality. Trump's bad because the other side, this certain side, says so. Well, what did he actually do? He did bad things. Well, what? Trust us, bad. Oh, okay. Well, okay, so these guys don't like him. Princess Amethyst, apparently, she's enemies, and these guys are friends with Amethyst, so therefore... But that's not villainy. That's not heroism. That's just taking sides in it's like a war, right? There's no evil necessarily in a war. There's just sides. When we fought our independence in the United States against Britain, from our perspective, we were fighting against tyranny. We wanted freedom. From the British perspective, America was a bunch of traitors trying to secede and take away from English territories. And That can't be allowed. Depending on which side you're on, which position you held, that was what you were fighting for. It doesn't mean Britain was evil and America was good. We were, you had sides. But comics aren't about that. It's about heroism. It's about truth, justice. That's what it should be. And these characters should represent heroism. And DC Comics for decades, longer than any other comic company, has represented this. They are the aspirational heroes. Marvel, this is more of a Marvel thing where Marvel just tries to say, well, what if real people got powers? What would it be like? What would it be like if you had superpowers? What would you be like? That's not what DC's been about. Aspirational heroes are about what should you be like? What should you strive to be? You aren't that way, and you probably never will be. No one could ever be. Even if you got the powers of Superman, you could not be Superman. His powers aren't what make him a hero. It's what he does with them. Modern comics are losing that. And as you're bringing Marvel acolytes like Bendis over, who are also bringing his flunkies to do other comics, DC is being poisoned. And that's how I can say that DC is being ruined by the likes of Bendis and his compadre of Portland comics mafia crowd. They don't care about this. They have their own agenda. They have their own identity politics. And they don't care about heroism, right? Their heroes, which aren't real heroes, but what they see as heroes are people that stand for what they want, for their agenda. It's not about truth and justice. It's about being on the same team. This was just boring teenage melodrama, not even befitting an Archie comic. And look at how many pages it was. Oh, good. It just keeps going. So yeah, this is the worst Young Justice issue to date. With Patrick Gleason gone, I am certain this sales will keep diminishing. With art like this, I don't see people just staying on. And it'll probably be 16,000 sales in a few months, and then it'll eventually be canceled, I believe. But DC likes to prop up Bendis properties. Wonder Twins, what was it? Wonder Twins is at 16,000 on issue 3 or 4, and Dial H is at 12,000 by issue 2. These Wonder comics are just awful. So if you like them, you like them. I can't tell you what not to like. I can just try to point out to you why it's bad, and hopefully you have, when you see the perspective, it'll alter your judgment. But if you do like it, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're not wasting your money. That's the important thing. When you put your $3.99 down, this is 5 issues now. That's $20 you've spent following this book. I hope you got your $20 worth. Thanks for watching. Bow chicka wow wow. It's time for another JL8 webcomic, number 35 by Yale Stewart. Oh my gosh, that is it! What the heck, Diana? I was having fun. Bruce, now you are acting like a baby. You're playing right into their hands. Oh, Diana, you know me so well. I've always admired that about you. Your intelligence, your confidence, your stunning beauty. What? Psh, not in that outfit. Wow. Shut up. Why do you insist on associating with those children when you could be with us, with me? Little boy, did I say you could touch me?